Welcome back, folks, to the greatest podcast on the planet. They call me Bulldog, the Bulldog, alongside my co-host.
It's Rabbi Mo here. Hope you are ready for an evolutionary
Oh, I like that word.
evolutionary podcast that you will evolve. You will be evolved after spending time with us.
I always look to adapt and evolve. One of my good traits. One of my few good traits.
Well, no, you adapt and evolve because you have traits that are worthy of adapting and evolving. But anyways, we can do science. Let's do science another time.
Y'all might be wondering, why am I sitting on one half of the screen here? Well, that's because we have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Some know her as an art therapist. Some know her as a good friend. Some know her as a volleyball player. And that is Ali Bumby, everybody. Welcome on.
Welcome.
Hello.
Dad, would you like to ask some questions here so we get to know Ali?
Sure. Will you start?
Well, I know.
Well, he knows less about me.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be better if.
Well, tell us more what you're bringing to this is ostensibly a sports podcast. So what's your sporting life experience that you're bringing to the table?
Oh, right. And we also need best youth sport moments.
Youth sport.
Or no, just sports.
Best sport moment.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've always played sports. My dad was a collegiate basketball player, D3, but he got me playing.
What school?
Carroll University in Wisconsin.
Okay. We got a Wisconsinite here, by the way.
Yes, I'm from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
So I'm a Badger volleyball fan, and just Badger fan in general, I guess. But I played sports my whole life. I played volleyball, basketball, and softball as my three. From like little kid travel, like every weekend softball in the summer and every weekend basketball in the winter from third grade, and then I played all three sports through high school.
Played high school and you played basketball and volleyball at the same time? Are they the same season?
Volleyball is fall for girls, basketball's winter, and then softball spring. So I was a three-sport athlete in high school. So I was always doing sports. That was my thing in high school.
What's your favorite?
That's kind of an unfair question.
My favorite is not softball. I almost quit softball my senior year and tried soccer just for fun, but I decided I should finish it out at year, like, I don't know, 12. I was like, maybe I should just finish this. But I would say volleyball is like consistently my favorite, and I don't get sick of playing it. But since being at college, I've missed basketball the most. I play club beach volleyball for Miami, at Miami. So I play doubles sand volleyball here.
You made it to
where would there be
nationals in Florida.
What?
Where is there a beach to play beach volleyball?
Well, there's one sand court behind the rec, and so we don't practice all the time because it obviously snows here. We had our national tournament in Florida in February, and so we were playing against a bunch of like Florida, South Carolina schools, and then
a little brag right there.
Well, we have two national club level athletes with us today.
Not national. Just
I thought the Pittsburgh thing was national.
No, just regional.
Oh, okay. Two very highly competitive.
highly decorated club athletes.
Yes.
I'm not washed up, Cody. See, I've been playing more volleyball here. I played intramural volleyball here too. So because I can't find any girls who play basketball here, I was trying to play intramural basketball and I can't find any. I've met one girl who played high school basketball and they're nowhere to be found.
Allie, I've heard that it hasn't stopped.
We don't
basketball.
What?
I've heard from my witnesses that it hasn't stopped you from playing some basketball.
No, yeah, we played yesterday actually.
We don't need to discuss the outcome of the said basketball game.
We won't discuss the outcome of the pickleball game either then because
true.
We go back and forth, Cody. We had that competition that we went back and forth.
Ping pong.
Yeah, you're better at ping pong. I'm better at biology.
We're a sport podcast.
Sorry.
Academics.
We've had a conversation back and we made a list that day about.
This is true.
We went back and forth trying to decide who was just the better, But
okay, so then, I'm sorry. Did you want
to?
I was gonna ask Cody was asking earlier, we asked our guests, what is your best best sports moment?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be you play, just or you.
Yeah, it could be
something-
spectating, just a great sports moment.
I think definitely,
She starts smiling. That means a good memory.
well, I'm tossing around a couple here.
Dad, greatest sport memory while she's thinking?
Me?
No, of your youth. Your youth. You can't do all your other bullshit. I was thinking about it the other day. When we went to the Avs game and we saw McKinnon go coast to coast.
That okay, that was maybe one of the greatest sporting things I've ever seen. That coast to coast.
I was just thinking that was worth it.
And it was great because we had the nosebleed cheap seats, but for that, we got to see the whole
all the way
play
down.
and do his thing. So
Yeah.
if we were down low, we went out. It was a
Mhm.
almost, even though they lost the game, that moment encapsulated by itself
Yeah, I
was-
already forgot that they lost that game.
was a pretty perfect sports moment. Yeah. All right, did we vamp enough? Do you got an idea?
My most like proud sports moment was when I set the rebounding record for my high school in basketball, and they like stopped the game in the middle.
Wait a minute.
And they gave me the
Whoa,
ball.
wait a second. You hold a high school record?
I told you that, Cody.
No, you did not. What the hell?
So wait, and they
Did I tell
they
you
stopped the
about
game.
my rebounding in general?
I mean, you said like what you had to work for when you were smaller, so when you grew up it was
Oh,
easier.
this is gonna be. Oh, I didn't.
No,
Okay,
you didn't
okay,
tell me that you're
okay,
a legend, and I'm
I'm
just
gonna drop it even
nagging
bigger.
So
your
not
I'm
only-
gonna drop an even bigger bomb on you right now. My
And not
junior
only do you
year.
have the record, but it wasn't like after the game they said, "Oh, by the way, you passed the record." They stopped the game.
Yeah, they stopped the game and they gave me the ball.
Wait, what was the other bomb you're about to drop?
My junior year, I was, you're gonna be mad that I never told you this. I thought I did. I was the #1 rebounder in the entire state of Wisconsin. I averaged 17.1 rebounds a game.
Box out, girl.
Yeah, so I averaged 17.1 rebounds a game and like 10.5 points.
Okay.
So I was like averaging a double-double.
Now I don't feel nearly as bad when you out rebound me every single time.
It's my thing, Cody. It's kind of my thing.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was like when they stopped the game for that and I got the ball, like my dad was my coach. He was my like
I
assistant
was going to
coach.
ask you, where did you learn to box out?
Well, I learned to box out because I didn't grow till I was a sophomore. Like I was probably like 5'5" and very petite when I was like all throughout. So I just was like this little.
What? 5'5" not petite, okay? I'm 5'5".
But like I'm saying like I was petite. Like I was like Sydney, like
Oh,
petite.
okay. Now that's petite.
And so I was just very like small and not that strong. So I was a point guard for like all growing up. So I just had to be very like scrappy. I had like if I wanted to, I had to jump high. So then when I grew, like a lot of tall people are like, oh, I'm tall. I don't need to like work that hard or jump that high. But I think being small at first like got me there. And my dad's 6'4", and he was like a post. He's an inside because he was 6'4". But like he talks a lot about like like he would try to get me to like teach the other girls on the team to rebound, and it's not really something we determined. It's not really something you can teach. Like it's just I feel like
Really?
I don't know. Like it's a lot of it's about like an instinct and a vision of where the ball's gonna go off the rim and hit. Like a lot of it's just about like seeing.
You look like Dennis
And-
Rodman right now.
And you
I'm
gotta
seeing
want
the lines.
and rebounding. You gotta want it.
Yeah,
Rebounding's not
definitely.
just
It's a hustle
technique.
game. Yeah, it's a hustle game. And so yeah, I'm sorry I never told you that, Cody.
You just became my dad's favorite person.
Yeah, the other sports moment that was.
Next segment here. You might have remembered when I tried to teach my dad about ultimate terms. And I also learned from my Frisbee mates that I gave you the wrong definitions of those terms.
Oopsies.
But
But
go back and review that.
nonetheless, I'm not very knowledgeable about volleyball at all. I think you are. You play a little bit.
I play at camp, so I don't know if that counts.
Okay. So you're a little bit more knowledge than me. So we thought, why doesn't Allie give us some terms and we try to guess what it means and she can coach us up here.
Okay. This one, I don't know, I feel like you'd like this one. Can you, it's called when you can joust with someone in volleyball.
Joust.
Joust.
Is that when you reach under the net team on someone's any other team and push them out of the way so you can get better position?
That sounds like a foul.
She didn't say jousting was legal. She just
I
said you
know.
can.
I think it's when you go back and forth. It's just one person on each side going back and forth hitting the ball.
That's closer. So what it is when the ball's like on top of the net and you have two blockers going up at the same time. And it's like this push against, like who can push it on whose side and win the point.
So it's
like,
not really jousting, is it?
well, we have like.
But that's what they call it. You can't say it's not really
It's like,
jousting.
my hands are
But like
touching,
that's like
pushing
a
the ball.
terrible fucking word, right? Oh, sorry. I don't mean to cuss. That's like a
I
terrible
was gonna
word.
ask if that's allowed on this.
Allie, wait, that's his rule. His rule is no cussing on this, and he always cusses. So I don't know what's going on
But
there.
like it's a good reminder for me because usually I have more cuss words in my vocabulary.
Okay.
But this is not important.
I think it's a fine one because like you're both like the ball's in between you and you're both pushing at it against each other. And it's like, I mean, I know like Chelsea's like.
How would you name that moment, Cody? If
I was
not
thinking
joust?
more like a weird tug of war type of thing. But like reverse tug of war.
Push a war.
Push a war. There you go.
Wordy. That's wordy.
What would you name it? Do you like jousting?
No, I mean, who am I to say I don't know anything about volleyball? I would, if I had named that just off the bat, I call it battle ball.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Okay, this one's like a little technical, but I think it's kind of interesting. But there's roof and there's roofing. Two separate things. I want you to brainstorm on what you think. Cody, you should have a little leg up here.
Yes,
I
Roof-
know what it
Roof
is.
and roofing are not the same thing.
No, they're not the same thing.
Wait, you told me what roofing is.
No, I told you what roof is.
Oh, fuck. Well, why don't you tell us what roof is first before I say what it is, which I think it is.
So you already know this one.
I'm pretty sure.
I'd say a roofing is
Wait, so is it
okay, so
Okay, I'll give you a hint. One's
no,
legal.
no,
One's
he doesn't want it.
I don't want to hint.
Okay.
Okay, so player on the other team is hitting the ball from their side. They're right by the net, and you take your hand over the net without touching the net, and when they hit the ball, you block it on their other side like they're hitting the ball into the roof, and it doesn't go over.
Mm-hmm. And that's roof? Like that's a roof or that's roofing?
That's hitting the roof. So that's roof. That's roof.
Okay.
That was pretty freaking
That was
good.
good. So roof is like a term I won't
This
spoil
when you
the other
get,
one, but
when you
roof
get
is
freaking stuffed.
roof is when you go
Stuff,
yeah, you go block and you hit it like straight off your arm, straight down to the ground, like they don't touch it, you roof them.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Roofing plural.
Is it similar? Does that have anything to do with it?
Yeah, I mean it's a similar concept of the
How can
like
it
net
be illegal?
placement.
You touch the net. That's
Mhm.
no.
Okay, so roofing is what then? Roofing, that's the next thing. Roofing is
Oh.
and
It's
wait, so when you roof someone, that's legal. Roofing is
Mhm.
not.
Roofing is illegal
And it has nothing to do with touch the net.
and has nothing to do with touching the net.
It's when you
Roofing
touch.
is when you are having someone climb up on you, like they're climbing up on a ladder to get in the roof to be taller.
I think.
So super close. No, I'm kidding. Do you want me to just shy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just.
So-
in it.
So roof is like usually when someone on the other team is taking their third hit, like they're spiking or hitting the ball and you block it down to their side. Roofing is an illegal thing that a blocker does. So like the setter, so it goes past set hit. So the setter's right by the net, ideally, if the pass is good. So the setter is setting it out to the hitter for an assist. A lot of times the setter is very close to the net. So blockers can get kind of greedy and try to go over and get that second ball. But if the setter is actively trying to set or play the ball and a blocker touches it, that's illegal. So you can touch a ball, you can go over the plane of the net if the other team is on their third hit, but if the other team is on their second hit and actively trying to create a play out of it, you cannot reach over the net and interfere.
Oh,
If their intention is to hit it over the net on the second ball, you're allowed to block it. But if they're trying to set the ball to one of their own teammates, you can't get in the way of that.
that feels like a judgment call.
It is the hard, like, that's the call that I would say in, like, referees get hate for if they don't point it out, and they get hated on if they do call it. Like, it's one of those that referees get hated on for, and some people don't even really, by high school, you should know the rule exists, but it's a pretty uncommon call, or if it does get called, someone's gonna be mad about it.
Okay.
So,
All right,
controversial.
throw one more at us.
Okay, I'm gonna do a
Good
fun
one.
one.
Oh, these are roof is fun.
Yes, but this is just like a fun word. Or a
Oh,
more
okay.
fun word. You might know what this is if you played some volleyball, but there's a pancake.
See, I would have guessed the joust is a pancake. So that
What?
because like the joust is like they're both together like that. That's kind of like pancake, like flattening the ball. Pancake is when you serve and it goes right to the ground on the other side and just lands as flat as a pancake and you score a point.
I think it's when you lay out and you go for it, but somehow you end up just squishing the ball between your hand and the court.
Okay, Cody was closer with the laying out. So what it is actually, it's a successful layout where you're not gonna reach it with both your arms. And so you're basically like your body's laying on the floor and you put out just your hand flat on the floor and the ball bounces just off of like your flat hand on the floor.
Ooh,
And that's playable. So in
does
volleyball,
that hurt?
no, it doesn't. I mean, I guess if they hit it like really hard at you, it might
No, I'm talking about like fucking. Oh, God dang!
follow it up with another one.
I'm just saying, like if you're laying out on the hard gym floor,
Yeah.
that kind of hurts.
I mean, I wear elbow pads and knee pads, so
Oh.
that helps. The elbow pads are a game changer. But yeah, it's so your hand's flat on the floor and it bounces nicely off your hand and your teammate passes it up. So in volleyball, other than like lifting and double touching, anything is legal. It's like your foot's legal, your shin is legal, like
Your foot's legal.
is legal, your back is legal. Anything's legal as long as you don't double contact or like if I like
Hold it. Like
hold it or lift it with my hand, like that's not, but any point of contact is legal. So
That's
thank
great.
you.
That's
Mhm.
fascinating. New terms to use.
yes.
Excellent. So as you know, we always include as part of the Mozone podcast the QOTBW, the question of the
That P dash W.
P dash
Wait, what does this stand for?
Question of the bye week.
PW.
B. I said B.
I said BW.
No, but B dash W. That's like
Oh, the dash. I always forget the dash. You're right. Sorry.
So basically, question of the day. She hasn't watched an episode yet. I don't know if she's allowed to be on the pod.
How did you have her? Well,
I told them.
I'm
you
gonna.
know,
You know what, Cody?
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
give a little leeway for the Wisconsin State rebounding champion.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
If she wasn't that, then no, we'd have to hold this to she actually watched the episode. But
You'd actually
I'm
kick me out of the room maybe right now.
That has to be a
gonna- I
requirement.
finished, but I put the episode away till you actually watched or listened.
Okay.
Okay.
I will watch. You know, okay. Yes.
Anyways, question.
I think you, Allie, I think you should go back to an early one when you can hear Cody's pre-pubescent voice.
I don't think Cody would like that very much.
No, I
But
don't mind.
it's out there to hear. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Okay.
So
Why do you enjoy my prepubescent voice so much, Dad? That's kind of weird.
You're just as kid. Little boy.
all right, anyway, so question of the bye week. So Elliot, you may not be aware of this, but on other sports talk things that happen, not ours, because we're so thoughtful and erudite, but there's all these questions. One of the discussions that's happened right now is that a former NBA player said that any NBA player can go play in the NFL. And that got all the NFL players mad and the NBA players and they're talking back and forth. So we're not going to ask you that. But since your expertise is volleyball,
Yeah.
our thought is, if you take the skill sets of volleyball players, what other sport would that lend to in the most dramatic way? So like Cody and I were thinking, we might throw out and then you tell us how much we're full of shit or not. So
So are
do
you
understand the
asking
question?
where we should send volleyball players or who you think could come play volleyball?
Well,
Oh, both. We're gonna do both. So
because
what
that's
do you
what that's what the whole debate is right now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Who can? Yeah, it's just become a stupid pissing competition, basically.
Yeah.
So
who do you think? Who do you think, Cody? What athlete would make the best volleyball players?
I mean, I think the given is football because they have hand-eye and like the athleticism and like they'll go lay out and stuff. But
Do you think they're
football-
tougher?
oh, what football position?
Like,
Even linemen?
Okay, yeah, okay, fair.
See, I'm gonna blow some
like a
smoke up your
DB
ass,
maybe?
Cody.
What?
I'm gonna blow some smoke up your ass. I'm gonna say ultimate frisbee players would be great volleyball players.
They're the weird outdoorsy people. But
I mean,
oh,
because you do things with the frisbee that you do differently than other sports, and same thing with volleyball. There's more, all the other sports is you're catching. I know there's catching and frisbee, but I don't know, there's just more fluidity in ultimate. I think lends itself more to
this is true.
so.
What about, I don't know, like vice versa? Are you like a traditional volleyball transfer athlete?
What do you mean?
Like, do you like?
A lot of basketball players,
Yeah,
volleyball players who do the same.
Yeah, I would say the most overlap, like I observed with girls I played was almost everyone, like lots of basketball, volleyball overlap. Like I played with a lot of the same girls.
Because of height or what?
I mean, basketball would be my pick of sport. I think volleyball is a lot more of a finesse sport than people realize because there's a lot of jumping and hard hitting and but like the passing and the setting and even the hitting is all finesse. Like I think basketball has a lot of touch and I think basketball also has a lot of body control in the standpoint of like not following each other and not like getting into the net. Like there's a lot of similar jumping and body control in basketball and volleyball. I think like the biggest example of like athleticism is important, but I think where football players would fall very short is the finesse part of it. Like every homecoming we did, it was called powder buff volleyball and all the guys would come play volleyball. And I would say at least the first like 10 hits were just like the most like these are athletic guys, strong athletes, so they're like muscular and stuff. So they hit the ball hard, but I would say it goes about 10, 20 feet out of bounds. Like they just hit it so far out of bounds, they hit the back wall. Like they have no court awareness or like touch getting the ball to where they want it to go. And I think like football to me in my mind is this very like, I mean, not all the positions, but like this like kind of brute force strength sport. And I don't think that that's that important in volleyball. I also like, I think like being quick and light on your feet is important. So like, definitely like running backs and things that would be much better. Like linemen, I don't think would stand any chance in volleyball. I think that'd be bad. But yeah, my pick would be basketball just because I think there's a lot of crossover with it. Cody kind of proposed this question to me, so I've been pondering it a little bit, and a little bit of me, it's not the sport I would pick, but it's just like the touch and the finesse and the like gentleness standpoint that I see in tennis players. Like I think
tennis.
Holding the tennis racket, like the eye racket coordination, eye hand coordination with a racket is very different than with a ball. But I think that like, if tennis is their only sport, they might not be very good at volleyball, but if they play other ball sports and tennis, I think tennis, like quickness, ball read, light touch, and like ball control and like court awareness would be really helpful.
Nowhere to be on that type of court, especially when you're playing doubles tennis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember this conversation, but I'll take full credit.
Well, you just told me this
Maybe,
is a question I like to have.
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily.
Maybe you don't remember her telling you about the rebounding thing either then.
No, I definitely
You would
would.
remember
I would
that.
have remembered that. Come on now.
All right.
I'm never gonna let that down. So
I don't tell people Cody because like I feel kind of like an arrogant asshole. Like I know I earned it, but it's like I'm like,
Now
hey,
it's gonna be out there
guess what?
for
I was just like, guess what I did? Like there's
Allie.
like a very humble way to bring it up. So I usually don't.
Well, now it's gonna be out there for like 5 people a year.
yeah,
Yes.
our 5 whole listeners, maybe 6 if we force her to watch it.
I'm a podcast person. I will start
Well,
watching.
and you have to, Allie, you have to share now with your people because they want to watch you, and then they'll discover magic. They'll discover the evolutionary nature of the bulldog and Rabbi Mo, and they won't want to miss it.
We talked about being evolutionary. She's like the definition of it. She's breaking left and right.
His last is like yours.
But well, actually, wait. This is a good question.
Okay.
Do you think we look alike?
So we're moving on. Is this part of the question of the bye week, or is this just something different?
Well, she said that your laugh sounded similar.
Your laugh was very similar.
Which I've never gotten before.
Never
But I was
done.
like, a lot of people think we're pretty similar. So,
I think I think your facial structure is pretty similar. It's hard to tell because Rabbi Mo over here has a beard, which definitely throws off like.
I shave like every 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't think I can get there.
Turn your head to me.
Don't complain.
We
It's a good thing.
analyze.
Okay. I think there is some similarity.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
I'll have to show you.
I think it would be one of those situations where like if I saw a picture of him when he was in college, you guys would probably maybe no.
No.
It's not just an age thing. Okay. Well, you
Just-
said you
just-
look like you said
Wait. If you're gonna make fun of me, I can make fun of you. Just picture
Oh.
this guy, with the mullet out the back. That's what he was in college.
That was not college.
Well, yes, it was.
Was it? Was it college? I thought it was wedding pictures.
I thought you had it. You still had it in college.
I don't know. Like it's possible. Yes.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
well.
It was the
this is
80s. Everyone had that in the 80s. So.
My dad had a mullet too. Business in the front, party in the back. That's how you had to do it. Fair.
You're supposed to be.
Okay. So our next segment is a special when we have a guest. We like to learn more about them and what they know. So, Allie, I've got. Apparently, you are. If I knew you're such a basketball savant, I might have come up with some basketball questions. But
I would have too.
I'm sorry. I really thought I knew this, Cody.
That's okay.
But
Since you're the beach volleyball wizard and taught us so much, I'm curious what else you may know about the history of this grand game. So I got a couple of questions for you. It's multiple choice. So first question is, well, how old do you think volleyball is? Was volleyball invented in 1806? 1895 or 1922? 1806, 1895 or 1922?
I think I'm gonna go with 1885.
1895, do you mean?
Oh, is that what you said? Yeah. 1895.
1895, yes. It was invented in 1895.
Beautiful.
Been playing for more than a century and a quarter. Now, when it was first invented, what?
Probably not invented though. Just
That's what the Google said. Okay.
Well, we've been playing for over a century, and it took us till this season is the first season we've had a pro women's volleyball league in the States.
Mm.
Previously, we've had to go to Europe to play pro volleyball. There's never been pro volleyball in the United States until this year.
But where have you seen a pro volleyball match?
I have not watched one. I go to a lot of Badger volleyball games, so collegiate level, high level, collegiate level, and then I know I keep up with it a little bit because some of the ex-Badgers play on the pro teams. So, yeah.
Do you know, this is not one of my questions, but I found this in
Lord.
research. Do you know how long it took to become an Olympic sport?
I have no idea.
I think it was 1964 it took that long.
you pulled it out.
Anyway, so when it was first invented, Allie, it was not called volleyball.
Ooh,
Was it called netball? Was it called mintonette? Was it called rendezvous?
okay,
Netball, mintonette, or rendezvous?
so I was actually brainstorming terms to ask you guys, and I ran across Mintonet, so I'm gonna go with that because I ran across it today. Sorry,
Wait, where is this word coming from? What origin?
I don't know.
Because there's no way you're saying it right. Mintonet?
How else would you? Well, first of all, can you spell it, Cody?
Yes. Mint, I-M-I-N-E-N-E-T. Mintonet. How do you spell
You
it?
think it's mintonnet?
Mintonet. Would you like to play Mintonet with me?
I'm trying to find it for you, Cody.
I got one more for you, Allie. Okay.
Oh, I
This
spelled
is
it
not
wrong.
scientific, but I found this in a couple of different places. So it's not just one source, it's a few different sources. There was a unscientific measuring of how many times a player during a volleyball match jumps.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 150, 620, or 300? How many times does a volleyball player jump?
I'm gonna go mid-range at 300.
You are the queen.
That we were college students. We know how to take multiple choice tests. Always choose the middle one. You got to do something different.
That wasn't the middle one. That was the last one.
No, but like he's saying like middle value. Like you probably
A
wouldn't give me
middle
the low
value.
and the high if
Oh,
it was the low one,
You
you
got
know?
you got to mix it up, man. We become too good at this whole school system,
Mhm.
whole psyche. Okay,
I'm so
There
glad
you
that
go.
you
I looked
figured
up
out
how
how
to
to
say
beat the
what?
system. I'm so glad you figured out how to beat the system.
Okay, I looked up how to beat or how to say Mintonet.
What do you got?
Mintonet. Mintonet.
Mintonet.
Mintonet.
Well, we hope that we have created a few more Mintonet fans from
Mintonet.
Mintonet fans.
Yeah.
With our
and
guests.
I recommend watching collegiate or pro men's and women's. There's some crazy good rallies and games. I showed Cody some men's volleyball. Men's is
Well,
like crazy height,
CS
crazy hits.
The CSU Rams women's team is quite formidable.
Perhaps you'll have to go.
I definitely knew that.
They're bad.
They know.
No, maybe.
Sorry. That's not usually my book. I'm sorry.
Okay, sweet.
Wait. If you have any basketball questions now that you know, they don't even have to be like history, but if you have any basketball questions, I'm a multi-sport athlete, you can hit me with your questions.
Well,
You don't
I'm
like
not, I'm not that good. I can't think of.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Well,
No,
guess
I
you
only
just-
got baseball trivia, but since you think it's boring, I'm not gonna waste it on you.
Look what you freaking
I'm
start.
sorry. He holds grudges like Cody does. Cody
Yeah.
never lets me live anything down that I did.
Yeah, see, we're
I'll
very
hear about,
alike,
I'll hear about this till I die that I didn't tell you about that.
probably.
Okay.
All right. Well, we hope you were evolutionized by that episode. I was. I don't know about you, Rabbi. Probably not her because
I am a
there's
different
something-
species. I'm a different species.
And what would you call that species?
Volleyball mintetus.
Okay. And do you have anything you would like to sound off on?
I would just like to say thank you all for having me, and perhaps I'll be back sometime to enlighten you on the basketball knowledge that
We didn't know you
perhaps I
had.
have.
First, you got to listen to a few episodes.
I will, and then I'll be invited back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that does it. Have a good day.
Have a good night.